In this installment, we're going to be going over the MLB bet slate for Wednesday, July 30th. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to bring you the winning ingredients for our Wednesday, July 30th MLB bet slate we got going on. But before we deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. At TikTok at chef_D91, and don't forget about that Patreon. Right now we're at the homepage of the YouTube channel, currently at 10.2 thousand subscribers. This is the road to 20k, and we're well on our way because you guys are showing up each and every single day. If you already subscribed, continue to like and comment. That helps the YouTube algorithm so you can grow to a much broader audience. All right, now for the Patreon here, and last night we had a phenomenal night. Top play was the Philadelphia Phillies. That cashed at minus 178, but we gave out a community parlay, and that was plus 1211. And the Tigers, Phillies, Padres, and Pirates, that parlay cashed very easily. We had someone here throw $30 on the community parlay, and that cashed for over 500. If I can get to that. So it is beautiful sight here on the group chat. This was the one right here. $30 here got you $38. Got you 500 on the community parlay. That type of upside is what you expect when you sign up. Click on that link provided down below. You're going to get full access to daily bets, future bets, because we're going to get ready for the NFL season here. And access to the group chat that goes off 24/7. It is not just me, it is everyone posting plays, posting winning tickets. As you can see right here, we had a really good night, and as we already posted plays for the Korean Baseball League early in the morning. So get access to that. Click that link provided down below. First game up on the slate here, we have the Baltimore Orioles 50-58 going against the Toronto Blue Jays 63-46. Pitching matchup here, Jose Berrios is 7-4 with a 3.83 ERA, going against Dean Kramer 8-7 with a 4.23 ERA. Looking at the odds for this one here, it is dead slapped in the middle. Blue Jays minus 110, Orioles minus 110. This is a pick'em game here. Total run set at 10. Public bet percentage here, 63% of the bets, 92% of the money all over the Blue Jays here. And for the total run, 77% of the bets, 84% of the money towards the over 10 runs. That is because the Baltimore Orioles have dominated the Blue Jays, who were the hottest team in the league, but now have lost 3 games in a row, and they're trying to avoid a 4-game sweep. It is really hard to 4-game sweep a team, but the Orioles are red hot right now. All right, they've dominated the teams that they played before they got to Toronto, which was Colorado, and now they're handling Toronto here, looking for a complete sweep. All right, now this pitching matchup here, Dean Kramer at home, he's been pretty solid, 2.65 ERA at home. You want better strikeout numbers, 41 strikeouts in 51 innings, but the average is really low at 197. If we're looking at some advanced numbers here, he is giving up power to righties and lefties at above 1. The strikeout rate is good versus righties at 28%. The walk rate versus lefties at 8. Nothing too egregious here. He is going to see regression against lefties, but progression against righties. So that's interesting to see here, going up against this lineup in the Toronto Blue Jays. All right, now Jose Berrios has been better on the road. All right, much better on the road. 3.30 ERA on the road, 49 strikeouts in 62 innings. You want better strikeout numbers there. He strikes out more guys at home besides or on the road, but the average is lower on the road too. So that he's getting more ground ball outs, fly ball outs. That's what he's doing more on the road. And if we're looking at the advanced numbers here, 1.95 home run per 9 versus righties. That's he's just giving up power to righties. Lefties not much. Walk rate versus lefties at almost 12%. And then against lefties, it's the 262 batting average that we got to watch out for. 194 batting average against righties, so that's a positive. All right, both of these guys have a little bit of blemishes here and there, so it's going to be who is really going to show up. I think that the chips are going to be on the side of the Toronto Blue Jays in this game to avoid a 4-game sweep against a division rival. All right, Baltimore Orioles showed their dominance so far, but I think that the Blue Jays can get this one here with Barrios on the mound, who pitches better on the road. So give me Blue Jays on the money line. And for the total runs, I'm going to go under 10 runs here. I think this is going to be more of a tighter, close-knit game like we seen yesterday, which was 3-2. I think these guys, Kramer and Barrios, are going to be battling a little bit more in this particular. Nope. I lied. Secondary play is going to be over 10. I think the Blue Jays are going to be mad the fact that they lost 3 in a row, and they're going to put up a big number here. So I think opposite on the secondary play. So we're going to go Blue Jays money line, secondary play over 10, and we're going to trust in the Blue Jays. In Comerica Park here, we have the Detroit Tigers 63-46 going against the Arizona Diamondbacks 51-57. Looking at the pitching matchup here, Reen Nelson is 6-2 with a 3.29 ERA going against Chris Paddock 3-9 with a 4.95 ERA. Odds for this game here, Tigers -140 with the comeback of the Diamondbacks at a +115. Total run set at 9. Public bet percentage here, 66% of the bets, 58% of the money on the side of the Tigers, and for the total runs, 88% of the bets and 91% of the money towards the over 9 in the total. First 2 games here have gone towards the Detroit Tigers after a long stretch of losses. The Tigers are bouncing back against Arizona, and now Arizona is on a 4-game losing streak, struggling against Pittsburgh, and now obviously struggling against Detroit. They're trading away all their guys, and this team here is really they're tanking pretty much. They're gaining assets, tanking for their season. Even though they had a lot of problems at the beginning of the year, injuries has hurt this team here, and now they have pretty much given up. All right, they're looking for trade options for Yanio Suarez as well. All right, now Reen Nelson on the road has been horrible, okay, this year. 4.89 ERA, 33 strikeouts and 38 2/3 innings. The average is low at 190, so it's the walks and it's the home runs that's really been killing him. All right, so this is going to give opportunity here for those bats in the Tigers here at home to hit him for some power. All right, 1.71 home run per 9 versus righties and 1.53 versus lefties. The walk rate over 13% to both. And then we're looking at the average is at 211 and 164 respectively, but the xFIP says a whole different story, above 5 for both. All right, and that's the walk rate combined with the home run per 9 that's giving us this expected ERA. Okay, so definitely love the bats here for the Tigers. Chris Paddock, newly acquired from the Minnesota Twins. He's going to be pitching his first game for the Tigers here. His numbers, he's been mediocre with the Twins, but obviously the Tigers see something in him, for them to bring him over in this spot. Maybe they can most likely fix him. All right, usually these struggling pitchers come to the Tigers, the Royals, these type of teams that can really. St. Louis is another team that helps with older or struggling pitchers here, and the ballpark is to help, and also the staff is another one to figure out things to work with their strengths. All right, so we're expecting Chris Paddock here. First start with the team. He's probably going to be in a good mood here and try to prove what he's worth in this spot. But the numbers here, not egregious. He's giving up power to lefties at 1.73. Strikeout rate is low. You want a higher strikeout rate than that. And then he's giving up hits to righties at 296. So definitely this could be a closer, tighter game. But ultimately, I'm going to be going with the Tigers here on the money line at -140. For the total of over 9 or under, I think Chris Paddock definitely will be motivated in this spot. And I do think that the scoring is one-sided. So I would go with Tigers -1.5. All right, so Tigers money line, and then secondary play, Tigers -1.5. Next up here in where we at? We're in Twins at Target Field here. Minnesota Twins 51-56 Going up against the Boston Red Sox, 58 and 51. Looking at the pitching matchup here, we have Brian Bello, 6-5 with a 3.32 ERA, going up against Zebby Matthews, who was 2-2 with a 4.97 ERA and a 1.34 WHIP. Looking at the odds for this one, Minnesota Twins are home favorites at -130 with the comeback of the Red Sox at a +110. Total run set at 8.5. All right, so this matchup here, so far this series, I think it's 1-1. They split the first two games. Red Sox won the last game, and then the first game went to the Twins. Yep. So looking at Zebby Matthews here, he has some home road splits, but luckily he is pitching at home with a 1.80 ERA. 10 innings, so small sample size, but definitely a drastic change. So that has to be significant. We're looking at the strikeout rate, phenomenal, 16 strikeouts in 10 innings. The strikeout rate is consistent with home and the road as well, but the average is at 189 at home. So this is really good to see Zebby Matthews turning up here. At home, we can get a spot we can take advantage of him at, and 50% strikeout rate to lefties, 33 strikeout to righties. So definitely look at his props. Looking at the average, 150 versus lefties, 230 against righties. So strong numbers across the board here, and then the xFIP is backing that up as well. So let me write that down right now. Zebby Matthews K's is definitely, I would look at that, and Zebby Matthews recorded outs, I would go towards an over as well. Outs, over. All right. So that's 2 extra plays there. Solidified numbers for Zebby Matthews. I love him in this spot. Brian Bello here has been solid on the road and at home. Same exact numbers really. 3.29 ERA on the road. 20 strikeouts in 27 innings. You want a little bit better strikeout rate there. But looking at advanced numbers, he's giving up power, man. 2.76 home run per 9 against lefties, 1.64 against righties, 10% walk rate against lefties, 281 batting average against lefties. So he's really struggling against lefties. So the Twins, lefties in this spot, are going to be in a really good situation. So ultimately here for this game, I'm going to be going with the Twins on the money line to get this win. Really like them, and I like Zebby Matthews in this spot to pitch another strong outing, go far, get strikeouts, and then dominate the Boston Red Sox in this one. Main play, Twins on the money line. Secondary play will be Twins -1.5. In Petco Park here, we have the San Diego Padres 59 and 49 going up against the New York Mets 62 and 46. Pitching matchup here, Clay Holmes 9-5 with a 3.40 ERA going up against Yu Darvish 0-3 with a 9.18 ERA. Looking at the odds for this game here, we're going with the Mets here on the road favorites, -125 with the comeback of the Padres at a +105. Total run set at 8.5. Public bet percentage here, we have 62% of the bets, 67% of the money on the side of the Mets. For the total runs, we have 51% of the bets, 52% of the money towards the over 8.5 in the total. First 2 games in this series have gone towards the Padres here. So we have the Mets in a spot trying to avoid a sweep, okay? Now, this pitching matchup, we're going to kick things off with Yu Darvish. Has been absolutely horrible. He was like this last season in 2024. At home, he pitched worse, but this year it's gone to a whole nother level. All right, 353 batting average versus righties, 265 against lefties. Let's see the advanced numbers here. No home runs yet that he's given up in Petco, but that can definitely change when you're going up against a stacked lineup here in the Mets. 294 batting average against righties, but against lefties a 2.08 WHIP. That walk rate against lefties is egregious at 27%. The xFIP is solidified. It's actually worse. He's going to be worse against lefties here at an 8.05 xFIP. So lefties in this spot are really good. Nimmo, Juan Soto. We have to wait on Juan Soto. He's currently day-to-day, so we'll see if he'll be able to give it a go. And if anything, he might just be a DH, and that's fine. As long as he's able to hit Yu Darvish, that'll be a great spot for him. All lefties are in a really good spot versus Yu Darvish. All right, so Yu Darvish has been decent against righties. It's the lefties that's really been hampering him. All right, now Clay Holmes on the other end, 3.32 ERA on the road, 48 strikeouts in 57 innings. You want a better strikeout number there. But looking at his advanced numbers, he's not giving up power. Very good there. Strikeout rate is okay. The blemishes for him is the walk rate against lefties, 11%, and the batting average against righties at 295. Other than that, he has been solid, and that's why he has a really good record here and has been solid at home and on the road. All right, so to avoid the sweep here, I'm going to go with the Mets on the money line at a very nice number at -125. For the total runs, I think this could get really ugly, so I would go with the over 8.5 in the total in this game. Last but not least, here we have the Kansas City Royals 53-55 going against the Atlanta Braves 45-61. Looking at the pitching matchup in this one, Joey Wentz, lefty, 2-2 with a 5.76 ERA, going up against Angel Zerpa, 3-1 with a 4.15 ERA and a 1.36 WHIP. Odds for this one, Royals are home favorites, -125, with the comeback of the Braves at a +105. Total run set at 9.5. All right, now looking at this pitching matchup here in this AL versus NL matchup, first two games have been split between these two teams. Angel Zerpa going for the Royals here, and looking at his splits here as soon as it loads, we have a home ERA at 4.81, batting average at 263, only how many strikeouts? 24 strikeouts, 24 innings, so that's solid. You got a good strikeout rate here. Looking at the advanced numbers, he is giving up a lot of power to righties, a 2.63 home run per 9, 34% strikeout rate versus lefties, so that's what you want to see there. But righties is his main issue, so power versus righties and average to righties at 304 and whip at 146. Okay, but there is supposed to be some regression coming to righties, but right now it's just not looking too good. All right, Joey Wentz on the other end has struggled on the road and at home. A 4.62 ERA on the road, 27 strikeouts in 25 innings. The strikeout numbers are good. 247 batting average is okay. Looking at his advanced numbers, righty power at 1.15. Walk rate to both righties and lefties is not good at all at 13.6 and 13.9. Averages at around 250. And then we have regression to both xFIPs here against righties and lefties, so he's supposed to be getting even worse. All right, so in this game here, I can't trust either pitcher in this spot. Both of these guys give up runs, and I think that the over 9.5 is going to be the play in this one as the main one. To see who I think is going to win, I would slightly lean towards the Braves in this one to get the W, but I think that the number with the total at 9.5 is just too juicy, so give me the over 9.5. All right, so that's going to be our plays for the slate on Wednesday. Let me know in that comment section down below if you agree or disagree. We could definitely debate about that. Also, don't forget about the Patreon. Get signed up, get locked and loaded. Remember, futures are coming out really soon as well for the NFL season, and I'm gonna just keep posting and adding more futures to the NFL. So we just have a long laundry list of long-term futures, short-term futures as well. So click on that link, write it down below. You're getting full access to daily bets, future bets, and access to that group chat. This is your boy Chef D. I'll be back very soon, and peace out.